is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Sanchez. Garrett Rolfe, the fired Atlanta police officer who fatally shot Rayshard Brooks, is facing 11 charges, including felony murder. Tonight, Brooks' widow learns her husband was kicked and stepped on after being shot. The DA is giving both officers until 6 p.m. tomorrow to turn themselves in. NBC's Wendy Woolfolk has more.
What this photograph illustrates.
Criminal charges bring disturbing details of the night Rayshard Brooks died.
But I felt everything that he felt just by hearing what he went through. And it hurt. It hurt really bad.
While laying in the Wendy's parking lot with 2 gunshot wounds to the back, prosecutors say the former Atlanta police officer who pulled the trigger walked over and kicked him. Garrett Rolfe faces 11 counts, including felony murder. The second officer, Devin Brosnan, is charged with aggravated assault and violating his oath, citing this picture of Brosnan standing on Brooks as he lay on the ground.
We've concluded at the time Mr. Brooks was shot that he did not pose an immediate threat.
In fact, say prosecutors, the first 41 minutes of the encounter, from the time officers knocked on his window and he ultimately failed a sobriety test, were peaceful.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving.
When officers moved to arrest Brooks, he began to struggle. Investigators say he grabbed one of their tasers and ran. In this video, Brooks seen turning around and firing the taser at officers before he shot twice.
Justice is not something that is going to be easy in this case. It never is. How do you find justice for 3 little girls who will never see their father again?
The first step in a country where many are looking for justice and change. Wendy Woolfolk, NBC News.
And for the first time, we're getting a look into the life of Rayshard Brooks. In video from February of this year, Brooks talks to a group called Reconnect about life after incarceration and the impact it had on his family.
It's hurting us, but it's hurting our family the most. You know, so as we go through these trials and tribulations, we've made mistakes. And it just causes our kids to be angry inside, you know, and that's a hard feeling to stomach.
Brooks says in the interview, after serving 1 year in jail, he left broke and hardened. He told interviewers he lived his life with his guard up and hardened. We'll take a look at these long lines at the coronavirus testing site in Indio. Dozens of cars there, the line wrapping around the fairgrounds. The East Valley continues to see high case numbers with nearly 1,500 cases in Indio and Coachella alone. That makes up nearly half of all local cases. Eisenhower Health also reports nearly 4 times as many hospitalizations since late May. Construction for the new arena in Palm Springs is now on hold because of COVID-19. Now some local businesses are disappointed to hear the project has been paused. Olivia Sandusky has more.
David McGuire works a few blocks away from the proposed new arena at Agua Caliente. He says the venue would be a great asset during a financially challenging year.
We're looking forward to having, the people come in, have something to do, not only for tourists, but something for the locals.
The $250 million entertainment venue is set to be the future home of a minor league hockey team and hundreds of jobs. But now a partner on the project confirms it's been put on hold, adding, given the current unprecedented times, discussions around arena construction timelines continue, and we will provide updates when available. And Palm Springs City staff says they're continuing to work closely with the Agua Caliente Band of Cahuilla Indians.
We've been having discussions with them regularly just because we're working through, the issues of parking and traffic and security. So when they are ready to move forward, we have that in place.
While the tribal government didn't respond when asked for comment, Council Chairman Jeff Gruby discussed the arena's plans just a few weeks earlier.
That arena, we're really on pause. We need to reevaluate, see how things are going. As you can remember, it wasn't maybe a couple weeks ago where the governor was saying that professional sports are going to look different. I guess we want to see more where that is. before we get those projects going.
And now some local workers like David just hope construction can begin soon.
We're just going to have to hang in there as much as we can, and I hope everyone can hold on, no matter what kind of business it is.
Olivia Sandusky, NBC Palm Springs.
And more local businesses can reopen this Friday. Personal care businesses have the green light to reopen. Nail salons, massage spas, tattoo shops, and estheticians. They will have to follow certain precautions like increased cleaning and physical distancing. Two groups of protesters face off in Santa Ana, divided over the issue of face masks. Michelle Guile shows us the debate.
COVID is a fraud. It is a scamdemic. It is a fraudemic. It is a pandemic.
A group of 100 or more anti-mask protesters disrupted a gathering of pro-mask supporters outside of the Orange County Board of Supervisors meeting in Santa Ana. The counter-protesters drowned out a news conference with loud music and bullhorns.
Quarantine yourself. Quarantine yourself.
Several people rallied to reinstate the county's mandatory mask policy that was revised last week.
We go to work every day to help those who need us.
Do not work.
But reversal of the universal face mask policy puts healthcare workers at risk.
Some of the anti-mask demonstrators are the same ones who took the mic at the board meeting a week ago demanding that the mask order be lifted. Former Orange County Health Officer Nicole Quick, who mandated the masks, abruptly resigned from her position after being threatened. Many agree it's an issue that's dividing people.
I honestly feel like we've created this new prejudice. Like those who wear a mask and those who don't, oh, they're out to get me. And it's given people that wear a mask, even on the other side, that they think they have this freedom now to just speak out to anybody and just yell at them. Or, I mean, I had a friend who this man grabbed her arm and said, "Where's your mask?"
Yes, you're gonna want to take my banjo away, and that ain't gonna happen.
Play.
Santa Ana police stood nearby watching both sides fight for the chance to be heard.
Michelle Guile reporting. Taking a live look now at our Agua Caliente Casino Cam in Rancho Mirage. NBC Palm Springs Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett has a look through the rest of the week at that forecast. Mike.
Sarah, hey, I need a second to just rebuild my faith in humanity. Okay, it's back. Tracking some changes as we go into the second half of the week here. We have a frontal boundary. You can't see it, but if you look on infrared, there's a very powerful low pressure system that's just almost directly to our north. Swung that frontal boundary through about 36 hours ago and picked up the winds for us, but we are still the beneficiaries of some clean, clear, moist air that's been walking its way down the Pacific coast here. Humidity was about 3-4 times higher today than it was this time last week without those warm temperatures. That will change as we go into the weekend. Whenever you see nothing on top of us, you know high pressure is about to build in, and that will happen as we go into the first day of summer, which is on Saturday. Take a look outside right now. It's still fairly warm out there, 85 degrees at Palm Springs International. Wind has been coming in all night long, sustained at about 16 to 18 miles an hour. Gusts got up to about 30 tonight. We saw some gusts up to about 40 in the Banning and the San Gorgonio passes. As normal, as the atmosphere continues to cool and settle, we'll see those numbers go down overnight and switch around to the east in the morning. But this is the big story tonight, 33% humidity. You remember this time last week, we were tracking humidity that was maybe 9% this time of night, so we're doing great there. Here's what we're looking at as far as the winds go across the region. We're seeing sustains in the 16-mile-an-hour range at both Palm Springs and out towards Palm Desert near I-10 there. But everybody around us is back into single digits, and that's a sign of things to come as we go into the morning. Next 3 days brought to you by Comfort Air will be slightly above average on Thursday, and then warming as we go into the first day of summer, which is right there. I'll show you how warm it gets beyond that coming up.
The 75-year-old protester seen shoved to the ground by police in Buffalo in shocking video has a fractured skull and is not able to walk, according to his lawyer. The man was protesting racism and police brutality when he was shoved. Video of the incident shows he fell backwards and his head began bleeding as many officers walked by him. The two officers involved each pleaded not guilty to second-degree assault. Investigators confirm weather and poor visibility played a major role in the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and 8 others. The National Transportation Safety Board says the pilot and the flight coordinator dismissed weather concerns. New documents also suggest the pilot was disoriented by the fog. He told air traffic control he was climbing to 4,000 feet when he was actually descending. The final report on the crash has yet to be released. That 70s show actor Danny Masterson is arrested and charged with 3 3 counts of rape. He's out on bail tonight after being arrested in Los Angeles. According to prosecutors, he assaulted 3 women between 2001 and 2003. His attorney told New York Magazine Masterson is innocent. The statue of Queen Isabella and Christopher Columbus in the California State Capitol Rotunda will be removed. Officials have actually been talking about removing the statue since January, but with the current political climate, leaders are calling them now completely out of place. There's no set time on when the statue will be officially removed. Cathedral City holds a special city council meeting to deal with budget impacts related to coronavirus. The city will potentially face a deficit of $6 million this year and $10 million next year. They heard from all departments except 2. No formal action was taken today. The council will meet again Monday, hear from the remaining 2 departments then, and make their decisions. Colleagues, friends, and family gathered at Desert Regional Medical Center to remember the life of Dr. Frank Ercole. Dr. Ercole was the founder and director of their trauma center. Our Kitty Alvarado has more.
The life of Dr. Frank Ercole was celebrated by his colleagues at Desert Regional Medical Center on Tuesday night in front of the hospital where he spent more than 3 decades saving life as the founder and director of their trauma center. A Mercy Air helicopter landed to salute the man who would come to save thousands of lives.
His work will go on. He will not be forgotten because love is eternal.
Friends, family, and colleagues shared memories of a man who they say was larger than life.
May my dad's example forever inspire us and challenge us to raise the bar. Dad, I miss you and love you so, so much.
Police Chief Brian Reyes remembered him as a friend to officers in his department who fought to save the lives of those in blue, including fallen officers Jose Gil Vega and Leslie Zarebny.
I will never forget the day Frank Ercole was standing outside the emergency entrance there with his entire team of ER, the mile-long stare, and how tired you looked. But me feeling comfortable knowing you left it all in the ER in your efforts.
But the most powerful words were his own.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to chase police cars, fire trucks, and ambulances. I figured out along the way, though, that there was a way that I could wait at the hospital and do good for people. And the police cars, the fire trucks, and the ambulances, and now helicopters come to us. It's quite a good feeling when you can drive home at 2 o'clock in the morning knowing you made a difference.
Kitty Alvarado, NBC Palm Springs.
The Palm Desert 4th of July fireworks show, usually held at Civic Center Park, is canceled because of coronavirus. Instead, a listening party will take place at 9 p.m. 2 stations, 98.5 and 92.7, will broadcast synchronized patriotic songs for everyone to enjoy. The listening party is part of Unite Palm Desert, a campaign to lift spirits during the pandemic. Riverside County libraries will now open for express service starting Monday. You can reserve books online or by phone. Schedule a time to pick them up at the library. The county operates multiple libraries across the valley. For more information, you can call or visit the website on your screen. Aunt Jemima is getting a name change, but she's not the only one. Coming up, the growing trend of recognizing derogatory racial stereotypes and how businesses are responding.
Covering young Madeline's vigil really showed me the kindness and the humanity here in Coachella Valley.
Well, you never think it's going to reach your home, and, you know.
Be able to see this whole community come by and just show their support to this family, it was truly touching, and it showed me that people here in Coachella Valley, they have not forgotten what's most important, and that's just being kind.
NBC Palm Springs, where the reporting is the difference.
Paul McKenna here at the Giant Crystal Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Truck Superstore in the Cathedral City Auto Center. We have hundreds of crystal clear deals waiting for you during our Drive Forward sales event, like this.
Drive away in a new Ram 1500 for $8,100 off MSRP. Or a new 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee for an incredible $309 a month.
Only at the Giant Crystal Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Truck Superstore in the Cathedral City Auto Center, or find us 24/7 at crystalchrysler.com.
Here's what we want everyone to do. Count all the hugs you haven't given, all the hands you haven't held, all the dinners you didn't share with friends, the trips you haven't taken. Keep track of them Each one means one less person vulnerable, one less person exposed, and one step closer to a healthier community. So for now, keep your distance, but don't lose count. We'll have some catching up to do.
At Mercedes-Benz, nothing less than world-class service will do. That's why we're expanding your range of choices. Many dealers now offer optional pickup and delivery and at-home maintenance, as well as online shopping with home delivery and special finance arrangements. So whether you visit your local dealer or prefer the comfort of home, you can count on the very highest level of service. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on most models and 90-day first payment deferral on any model.
Feel like getting back out there? Nissan is ready to help you with a bold, award-winning lineup. Kick off summer with no payments for 3 months. Plus, we'll cover your payments for up to 2 more months. Or get 0% financing on 13 models for up to 84 months. Shop at home at nissanusa.com.
Tonight, a well-known American brand acknowledges its racial stereotyping. We get more now from Stephanie Gosk.
Men, ask for Aunt Jemima buckwheat pancakes. They're good.
Pancakes and syrup. That's what Aunt Jemima sold for over 130 years. Until today. Quaker announcing it is scrapping the brand. In a statement saying, "We recognize Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype." The name and smile taken from a minstrel show in the antebellum South.
Aunt Jemima, I wish I was on the cotton.
A character based on a mammy, the stereotype of an always smiling kitchen slave.
Aunt Jemima is that kind of stereotype that is premised on this idea of Black inferiority.
With demonstrations protesting racial inequality, pressure was mounting on Quaker.
Baby, you hungry?
Then this TikTok from singer Kirby went viral. She called it "How to Make a Non-Racist Breakfast."
Not today. Black Lives Matter, people. Even over breakfast.
The company, which is owned by PepsiCo, says the announcement is part of an effort to make progress toward racial equality. Now Mars, the makers of Uncle Ben's rice, says we recognize that now is the right time to evolve the Uncle Ben's brand, which we will do, without specifying how. ConAgra will be reviewing Mrs. Butterworth's, while adding the intention of its brand is to evoke a loving grandmother.
But it is urgent to expunge our public spaces of a lot of these symbols that, for some people are triggering and represent terror and abuse.
The pancake and syrup maker acknowledging today that harm can be done, even over breakfast. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
Mike has a look at the weather when we come back. He's standing by, Mike.
Hi, Sarah. It felt warm out there today. It feels warm out there right now, but once again, we were delightfully below average. That trend will change this weekend as we go towards the first day of summer. I'll show you what it looks like when we come back.
NBC Palm Springs, first on air, first online.
Following the march in Palm Desert.
We are tired. We are sending the message that we are tired.
A curfew is in place for Riverside County.
That crowd heading to El Paseo has almost doubled.
Because we want justice. We want equality for all.
They're taking a knee here. It's a moment of silence. At least 200 to 300 people are in this crowd.
NBC Palm Springs, where the reporting is the difference.
Dinner with the Drakes tonight? Alexa, ask Buick to start my Encore GX. Four fillets.
You know this dinner's for their
Kids. Thanks for watching them.
Where's the pizza?
The first ever Buick Encore GX. Right now, get $2,000 purchase allowance on the first ever Buick Encore GX.
Desert Alarm is celebrating over 25 years in business, and we want to thank our Coachella Valley customers for placing their security and safety in our hands. Hello, my name is Chris Medane. Our commitment to you is to keep working tirelessly to provide you, your family, or your business with the most advanced security innovations available on the market today. Your choice for security matters. Choose the number one. Choose local. Choose Desert Alarm. Call 322-1562. Specials are going on now.
We're
revving up our engines and shifting from park to drive. Hi folks, Cher Lichtman here, Mike Thompson RV. A lot has changed recently, including travel and recreation. But what hasn't changed is our commitment to customer delight. Cathedral City Mike Thompson RV is here and now open, ready to restart your adventure.
You want a great-looking car?
We say yes!
You want great reliability?
I was looking for reliability and pricing and got both.
You want great service?
We say yes!
You want a great deal?
We've bought several vehicles here. They've given us amazing deals.
And you want it fast?
We say yes!
And you will too. Take advantage of our special offers. Get a brand new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid and get 0% APR for 60 months. Say yes to Express and get our best deal ever fast.
Welcome back. Well, as I was alluding to earlier, today was a pretty pleasant day as days in mid-July in a desert in Southern California go. We've got that fantastic flow pushing in from the northwest. In fact, you can see that on Futurecast as well. We'll get more of that on Thursday, but temperatures are going to start to crawl up as we go into the weekend. Here's what's going on in the big picture. As you put Futurecast into motion, that low that has been providing us this little respite from summer weather moves further off towards into the Dakotas. We're going to turn that into a frontal boundary that's going to bring some severe weather across Iowa and into Wisconsin. I can't pronounce tonight. Iowa? Really? Okay. So here's what we're looking up in the Pacific Northwest. Still tracking some light moisture that's making its way up into British Columbia, but giving Oregon and California, at least the northern portion, a chance to warm up a little bit. I'll show you those temperatures in a moment. 99 was where we got to today. So as you can clearly see, that was 3 degrees below average. 116 is the record for today's date, and 73 was our overnight temperature, 1 degree above average. Here's what we're expecting as we go into the second half of the week here. That frontal boundary actually stalls out just a little bit further off towards our north and east there. That allows temperatures to cross that 100 mark, expecting anything between 102 and 106, and some late onshore flow will bring up that northwesterly breeze in the afternoon. Here's what we're doing right now. 87 in Havasu, 91 in Phoenix. They've got us by almost 10 degrees, currently 84 in Yuma, and up and down the coast, it's cool. They've been seeing that cloud cover and fog moving in during the night there. 59 in Santa Barbara, 63 currently in San Diego. Watches and warnings, nothing in our neck of the woods, but there is a little bit of that springtime fire and ice thing going on. We've got some red flag warnings in Northern California, in fact, the central portion of Northern California there. Meanwhile, we've got frost and freeze warnings in place towards the northern end of Nevada, and some very gusty winds all the way up and down the coast there. Here's what we've got going on closer to home here. We do have some areas of fog. We had it this morning. It looks like we could potentially have that again on Thursday morning. If you are heading along I-10 and you cut that turn along 60 towards Riverside, there will be some patchy fog in the low-lying areas, and visibility could be as low as a quarter of a mile. Looks like that will start to mix up and out by about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, but if you go in the early morning hours around 5 or 6, it could be dense. 82 and 29 Palms, 83 in Coachella and at the airport right now, some upper 70s in Thousand Palms and Desert Hot Springs, upper 40s in Big Bear, 56 in Idlewild. Here's what we see on Thursday morning. We'll start in the upper 60s and lower 70s, and yes, we will warm up to and slightly above average. Dew points will be elevated, so that's going to keep relative humidity a bit on the high side there. That's good news because it keeps fire season at bay. As long as we can keep that humidity above 10%, we're doing all right. Looks like we'll continue to do that through Sunday. Look for 103 in Palm Springs and Thousand Palms, 104 in Palm Desert and in Indio on Thursday. 71's your high in Big Bear, 90 in Cabazon. And your Comfort Air 7-day forecast shows that heating gently warming up going into the weekend. First day of summer is on Saturday, Father's Day on Sunday.
I wanna be happy, happy, happy. I wanna be happy, happy, happy. I'm gonna be happy.
Wrinkles got you down? Zap it. Carrying some extra weight on your tummy? Zap it. Want to get rid of age spots? Zap it. I'm Dr. Tim Joshin, and here at the Laser Center at Contour Dermatology, we can zap your problems away. Get rid of unsightly marks, clear away unwanted hair, even reshape your body. We have the laser for you. Non-invasive treatments with dramatic results. Call Contour Dermatology today at 760-423-4000. We'll guide you to the choice that's perfect for you.
How would you like to get paid up to $2,000 for that old AC unit? That's right. With the Next Gen buyback guarantee, we'll give you up to $2,000 for your old unit, and your new system is backed by a lifetime replacement guarantee. Don't risk your AC going out on you on a dangerous summer day. If your AC unit is over the age of 10, just call Next Gen. Honest, reliable service, a buyback guarantee, and a lifetime replacement guarantee. Only at Next Gen. From our Next Gen family to yours, we're honored to safely serve you.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Facebook announces changes ahead of the 2020 election. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says his company will let users completely opt out of political ads if they want. The company will also have a voter information center and promises to help 4 million people register to vote. You probably experienced some spotty cell service the past couple of days. There was a national outage that affected major carriers in the U.S. T-Mobile was the hardest hit. The FCC announces it's looking into the outage, calling it, quote, unacceptable. T-Mobile is blaming faulty third-party equipment. Southwest Airlines will keep limiting seating through at least September. Say that 10 times fast. Capacity on flights is limited to 2/3 currently. No one will be forced to take a middle seat. Customers must also confirm they're symptom-free, and they'll need to wear masks. It's also reducing food and drink service. Sports is next. Please stay with us.
Dateline Friday. 2 brothers convicted of separate crimes. Both claim their innocence. It's time for the truth to come out.
So people know that it truly exists.
Dateline Friday, 10/9 Central.
Hi, I'm Jason Chavez, owner of Coachella Valley Buick GMC. Right now, the safety of our customers, our employees is our top priority. That's why we're taking extra precautions to ensure that our facility, our employees, and all vehicles follow strict sanitation and social distancing guidelines. You can make certain when shopping for a vehicle or visiting our service department, we have taken the proper sanitization actions for your protection. Also, you can always shop and schedule online at i10gm.com. At Coachella Valley Buick GMC, we are open to take care of all of your vehicle needs.
This isn't a small business opening. You already had one of those. It's a reopening. Take 2. And just in time. Because right now, people need coffee that tastes like coffee. And hair that doesn't look like that. They need someone who knows where those numbers actually go. They need you. And everything that made your business great from your first day one. Yeah, we've been knocked back on our heels, and it took a minute, but it still says florist, or repairs, or plumber over that door. And there are still customers who can't wait to walk through it. That light at the end of the tunnel, it's a workout that doesn't involve 2 bags of flour. It's a 20-foot tall inflatable guy saying, come on by. It's you and your small business, turning your community and the country around. One appointment, one customer, one thank you at a time. Small business is coming back, and Spectrum Business is giving every new customer 1 free month of Spectrum Business services to make sure it does. We're here for you, because you're here for all of us.
This is where we live. This is where we work, raise our families, grow our food, build our lives. Lately, our way of life has changed, but one thing has stayed the same. Our community has been there to support us and keep us strong. Supporting local businesses, educating ourselves on what's really going on, and lending a helping hand. With the strength of our community, the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce is here for you.
At Del Taco, you get 15 items for $1 or less every day on the Del's Dollar Deals menu. 15 ways to crave, 15 ways to save, 15 ways to... Try Del's Dollar Deals menu with 15 different items for $1 or less every day. Only at Del Taco.
Welcome back. Time now for a look at your NBC Palm Springs sports headlines. And tonight, it's really sports stuff. LA Chargers say Colin Kaepernick is on their workout list. Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn said Kaepernick fits the Chargers' style of offense, but first he wants to see how things go with his top 3 quarterbacks. Now, the Chargers have not reached out to Kaepernick or his agent yet, so don't tell him it's a secret. President Trump himself even said Kaepernick should get another shot in the NFL, but only if he can play well. Play is resumed in the English Premier League after a 100-day suspension. They gave them a red card because of the coronavirus outbreak. Sheffield United kicked off against Aston Villa inside a virtually empty soccer stadium today. Molly Hunter reports from London.
Soccer fans are excited for the first time since the coronavirus pandemic. The Premier League is back on the pitch, and basically from now until the end of the season at the end of July, barely a day will go by without some live televised soccer. Now, it's going to look a little different than before, so no fans are allowed in the stands, and a lot of social distancing measures will be in place.
Been coming since I was 6, not missed a home game, so it feels quite sad to be obviously not involved tonight.
We'll also see a couple things on players' jerseys. So on the back of their jerseys, it will say Black Lives Matter. And on the front of their jerseys, they will all be wearing badges to honor the national healthcare system here. Before the early games, there will be a moment of silence to honor coronavirus victims. Fans over here and around the world, of course, are really looking forward to some live soccer. Molly Hunter, NBC News, London.
It's a start. Even though the 2020 Summer Olympics aren't happening for another year, gymnast Simone Biles is not on vacation, as you may have imagined. The most decorated American gymnast is practicing a new skill. Now, it's a trick that's never been done before. This is her attempt of a triple twisting double back. While Biles continues to train for the Tokyo Games, this move will not be in her routine. The Gymnastics International governing body says it's just too dangerous. Unless, of course, you're Simone Biles. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
You don't have to live with chronic pain.
I enjoy working out. I injured both my knees and my left shoulder. It was getting in the way of my working out. I visited Dr. Reinhardt, and within 2 weeks, I was back in the gym working out, pain-free.
I was in horrendous pain, called Dr. Reinhardt, got an appointment that day. He diagnosed my problem, and I left feeling like my old self again.
Call 341-2360 now for an immediate appointment. Dr. Reinhardt treats pain like an emergency. Call 341-2360 now.
We know your vehicle may not be top of mind at the moment. At Coachella Valley Buick GMC, we want you to know we are open for business and we're here to help. Visit our showroom, or with our Shop Click Drive program, you're just one click away from purchasing a new GMC vehicle. Take advantage of huge discounts. Visit i10gm.com today, and our easy-to-use tool can help you find the perfect vehicle. Estimate your trade-in value and monthly payments, and apply for credit right from our website. When you're done, your car will be delivered straight to your home.
This is where we live. This is where we work, raise our families, grow our food, build our lives. Lately, our way of life has changed, but one thing has stayed the same. Our community has been there to support us and keep us strong. Supporting local businesses, educating ourselves on what's really going on, and lending a helping hand. With the strength of our community, the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce is here for you.
From the Valley Plumbing family, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in the community. The health and well-being of our employees, customers, and communities we serve is our primary concern, and all CDC guidelines are strictly being followed. As an essential business, Valley Plumbing is open to help you with whatever plumbing needs you may have. We have great financing options and low interest rates. For 67 years, big or small, we fix it all at the best prices.
Big or small, we fix it all at Valley Plumbing.
We here at NBC Palm Springs want to highlight high school seniors around the Coachella Valley.
NBC Palm Springs salutes the class of 2020. Presented by Outdoor Living Concepts.
Welcome, class of 2020. Although we hold a non-traditional graduation ceremony, you should all still be very proud of your accomplishments. To Ms. Garcia, Ms. Hernandez, and Mr. Orantes, thank you for instilling in me the desire to learn and for laying the foundation that has led to my success. Ms. Wilson, Ms. Murillo, and Ms. Briseño, thank you for teaching with a passionate heart and for providing guidance and support. Mom, you truly are my #1 fan, my main motivator. Only you were able to recognize when I wasn't at my full potential, when things weren't right. Thank you for always reassuring and reminding me that I am more than enough. I hope to always stay young at heart, just as you have. Fellow classmates, I congratulate you, and please keep in mind that this pandemic won't last forever, and that at the end of every storm shines a rainbow. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2020, from NBC Palm Springs and Outdoor Living Concepts.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night. Jimmy's next.